Hi teachers. In this video I'd like to show you a few resources on our D2L course site for Foundations of American Education that can help you stay on top of what you're supposed to be doing for the class. Up to this point, all you've had to do is do some reading. You should have read chapter 1 for week 2, chapter 14 for this week, and then also I'd asked you to contact a teacher to conduct an interview, and that will actually be your first performance assessment that will be due in the Dropbox. To help keep you on top of all of this, please use the checklist. There'll be 2 places where you can find the checklist. The first place is on our Getting Started area. I will always have the checklist for the current week up here. I'll click on this one since it is for week 3, and you'll notice that what was due for Tuesday and Thursday are in red since they are already passed. However, some of the information that is on the checklist is just what we're going to be doing. It's not something that's due in the Dropbox. So to help you with that, I will make certain that I put in the checklist the words intrinsic, which means you should be doing it, but it's not going to be graded, or extrinsic, and I'll also, for the extrinsic, I will put in the Dropbox as well. One of the things I did have for this week that I would like for you to do is to sign up for a peer review partner for your teacher interview assignment. On the checklist, anything that's in burgundy should be a link. Many of them are links to Google Docs. So if you click on that, you'll see I've got a Google Doc, and I've got down places here where all you have to do is just type your name. If you want to be a partner with Tanner or Hallie, put your name in partner 2. You have until Sunday to do this. If your name isn't up here, then I will just automatically assign you partners. But I'm a firm believer in giving students choice, but you have to take advantage of that choice. Also in the checklist, I will always have what the reading should be for the next week. And I do plan to have the next week's content module ready to go by Fridays. So as you can see, in week 4, we're going to be talking about chapter 15, what does it mean to be a professional? Also, something that if you're not familiar with D2L, please do not hesitate to ask a question. I've got a direct link right there, so all you have to do is go and ask your question. And you really will be helping out your peers as well, because they might be having that same question. But by posting it there, everyone knows. That's much more efficient than just emailing me and asking your individual question. Please remember that we're a learning community and we want to be helping each other learn here. So as you can see on the left hand side, we have the table of contents, and we're currently in module 1. When you click on module 1, what that will do is it will open up the weeks that we are working on in module 1. Since right now we're up to week 4, you should be able to see that information. And then what I've done too in this content area is anything that is highlighted green should be a live link. So I have live links. For example, I've got a link to the teacher interview assignment checklist, also the study guides, the objectives, and also the electronic version of your book, for those of you that prefer to read it electronically or listen to it. One thing that I've done differently, just to make certain that everyone's watched the videos, is I am going to be posting the videos in the content area We will be watching them in class. However, I would like for you to review it on your own prior to class. This will give you some time to be thinking about the questions that are being posed, and that should also deepen the responses that you provide to your peers when we have time to discuss in class. I will be having links to the scenarios, and I will also be writing who had signed up for that particular scenario. Speaking of scenarios, one of the things that needs to be done is some of you have signed up for the scenarios for Module 1, but there are about half of you that haven't. And so that means there's going to be quite a few that are signing up for the Chapter 15, Chapter 2, and Chapter 3 case scenarios. So again, please put your name in one of those by Sunday at 11:59. Otherwise, I am going to assign one to you just to help it make our class more efficient. But again, I want you to have choice, so please sign up. If you haven't had a chance in the content area, I've shown you where the Google Docs of the case scenarios are, but also I have, as a part of that folder, previous students' case scenario submissions. So I'll have Module 2 and Module 3 up hopefully by this weekend, but for each of the chapters I've got examples for you to look at. And in those examples, what I've done is I've put on there scenarios that I wrote comments to, just so that you can learn from the comments that I have given there. So it's just to give you some information to help make your case scenarios stronger. From previous classes, this is one of the assignments, doing the case scenarios, that students felt were very worthwhile. These scenarios are actually responsibilities that you may find yourself in as a future teacher. So that's why I'm asking you to do that. In these case scenarios, you're expected to do the self-evaluation for them to show how your particular work has met the criteria. And on this one right here, I had put that the citations were missing where it was in the book, and that's one of the things that is mentioned in the directions for the case scenarios, that you do need to include that information. Hopefully this has been informative and helpful for you. Again, if you have any questions, you can either go to discuss and ask a question, or do it from course home. Ask a question down here. By Sunday, I'm asking you to sign up for a peer review partner so that you can work on peer reviewing your teacher interviews. Please take a look at the teacher interview checklist, which again, our teacher interview assignment. I've got it all laid out on when this should be done, and also down here I've provided some examples of well-written teacher interviews and one that definitely needed to be strengthened and had to be redone. Let these be guides for you to help you be successful on this assignment. I hope you enjoy visiting with your teacher and that you learn a lot. Thank you for listening, and I hope you have a great weekend, and I'll see you on Tuesday.